Alrighty. Um, so hello and welcome to the Deep Stratus product overview and technology capabilities overview. My name is Sang and I'm the CEO of Deep Stratus. With me is Sanjeev Sridharan, who's the CTO of Deep Stratus, and he will be available for questions after the webinar has concluded along with myself. So today we will be going over our three main services as well as an in-depth look at a particular application of our services called iSeeFlood. So first up is Indra, which is our weather notifications and alerts platform for individuals, businesses, and government agencies. So this is a screenshot of the dashboard of Indra. So as you can see, there are badges at the top that let users quickly recognize a weather notification for a particular location of interest. As you can see in Albany, there are 3 active alerts which show up under the badges. For example, in the first row, there's a 90% chance for rain to occur in 12 hours at more than 0.2 feet over a period of 24 hours. And I wanted to be alerted via SMS, email, and 2 chat clients, Jabber and Slack. So unlike other weather notification applications, Indra is able to set notifications for specific probability bounds. In our example, it's 90%. This level of flexibility no one else in the industry really offers, and Deep Stratus is able to do this by running many ensembles of weather models, specifically for each user and their locations of interest at high resolutions. So this screenshot shows the alerts creation page and is done through a natural English sentence in a fill-in-the-blank style. So once all of the blanks are filled, the user clicks Create Alert to activate the alert for his or herself, as well as potentially his or her entire organization, which you can do under Team Management. So you can edit existing active alerts under My Alerts by clicking the Edit button for each of the individual alerts. So Indra allows for easy yet precise creation of weather alerts that can be sent through a variety of communication methods. But how are we able to allow users to create powerful alerts for just their areas of interest? So if we dig deeper, here's a very basic depiction of how Indra works under the hood. So using what we call weather compute units, which I'll talk about in a moment, we can run ensembles of weather models quickly and at high resolutions, and then feed them into cloud-based databases, and then parse and extract the pertinent data efficiently using a modern index search system. By using this approach, we can run models on the fly and cover specific regions depending on the alerts created for these locations. Right now, we are currently rolling Indra out to production this week, and we're looking for pilot users right now. So it's free to use throughout the duration of the pilot program period. And so if you're interested, please email us at contact@deepstratus.com or use the demo form on our website at deepstratus.com if you'd like to be included in the pilot program. We'll have the information at the end as well. So we talked about Indra and a bit about how it works under the hood. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about another product called Condese, which powers Indra as well as all of our other weather products internally. So the weather compute units in Indra are actually Condese deployments. Condese is a science compute product. It's a cloud-based, scalable way to run primarily weather models, but as well as other scientific computations. So by taking advantage of the latest technology in video cards, we are able to run models up to what we've seen up to 600% faster compared to traditional methods. So power typically limited to supercomputers in the past is now available to individuals, small businesses, enterprise companies, all at a far lower cost through Condese. And so basically, this is how it works. So through a translation layer which we've developed, we can essentially take models typically designed for CPU threads and run them on GPUs. And so the model results are then outputted in a variety of data formats depending on the need and the model being run. So some examples for weather specifically include topo.json, GeoJSON, shapefiles, and just regular old plain JSON. If a user determines that they need faster output, they can dynamically resize their condensed unit to the desired compute level, and that just scales automatically. So this product is currently in beta testing for consumer use, and because Deep Stratus relies on Condense internally, we are constantly improving its flexibility for a wide array of use case scenarios, as well as reliability and scalability. So what else do we use Condense for? So Mosaic is Deep Stratus' deep learning platform, which is particularly designed for engineering applications in computer vision. So among other things, Mosaic can parse images from social media platforms that are relevant to a specific data acquisition need. In this case, we want flood data, which involves recognizing that the image is a flood and parsing the text and the image for quantifiable data. And so we do this by utilizing the latest advancements in computer vision and machine learning. So in this example, we're identifying whether there are measurable objects in a flood image in order to estimate the flood depth. So first we use OpenCV among other libraries to identify the objects of interest, whether it's people or cars. And then next we use a trained neural network to estimate the flood inundation percentage. And so we do this by using the mean standard deviation of identified objects, estimating the blockage percentage, and then calculating the mean and standard deviation of flood depth for each of the identified objects. And so then from there, we then use Bayesian analysis to convert the multiple depth probabilities that we calculated from identifiable objects into a single probability distribution that we can then use as real quantifiable data for our flooding application. So let's talk about an application of Mosaic that is of particular interest to people in the weather community. And this brings us to what's originally a crowdsourced flood reporting mobile application. Deep Stratus developed the current iteration of the application, which is called iSeeFlood, which was contracted to us by the University of Texas at Arlington, the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, and by the National Science Foundation. So iSeeFlood is now not only a crowdsourced, but also a social media and National Weather Service sourced flood report aggregation web platform. So using Mosaic, we have been able to enhance the breadth and the reach of iSeeFlood's data by including far more unique data than just the reports sent through the app itself. So the mobile app is currently available on iOS and Android, and soon to be Windows Phone. The mobile app's primary goal is to allow users to quickly and easily send a report about a flood that they see in their immediate vicinity, with the ability to include pictures taken using their phone's camera as well. So location data, depth information, and diagram-based flood type information, which is these diagrams that you see here, are all sent to the iSeeFlood server, where it is parsed and then served to the iSeeFlood website and API for use by clients and the public. The website is located at iSeeFlood.org. And so here is an example of what the iSeeFlood website can do, where you see a variety of different data sources being used to create a very informative map of flooding that is occurring or has occurred. You can see we're including data from the iSeeFlood mobile app, Twitter, Instagram, and here we've shown even FEMA's disaster reporter data coming through. And so we're currently partnering with various city officials and state governments to promote the use of iSeeFlood in local communities across the U.S. So if you're interested in that, please do let us know if you would like promotional materials to get the word out about iSeeFlood to your local communities. The data is accessible via public API, which you can find on our website at deepstratus.com. And that basically wraps up our quick webinar today. If you're interested in the Indra pilot program, have questions about Condese and Mosaic pricing, or want promotional materials for iSeeFlood for your local communities, please send us an email at contact@deepstratus.com or go to our website at deepstratus.com. So at this time, I will open up the floor for questions or comments. I see there's a couple people here. Okay. If there's no questions or comments, that wraps it up for today. Thank you for listening in or watching on your computer for this demo of all of our products. Please reach out to us for the pilot program for Indra. It's completely free, and I think a lot of people could benefit from it, especially at the local level. So any local government connections that you may have, we would love to get in touch with you. That's probably the best way to make this kind of thing more effective and kind of test for the real field. So thank you all for coming.